So hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are looking at something very important as far as agentic coding or AI assistant or augmented coding is concerned. Agents.md files, what are they, how to use them in your project, and how you can get ahead of every other over 90% developers who do not really know how to use agent.md in their coding repository. Agent.md files, sometimes they are mistaken for agent.md. It's a project level instruction file for AI coding agent. So think of it really like a permanent system prompt that lives right inside of your repository. So it's going to tell your AI tools like your coding assistant how they are allowed to behave inside your project, like your do's and don'ts, the installations to allow, how to navigate through between front-end, back-end, database, and or whatnot. So why does it exist really? When you use AI tools like Cursor, GitHub Copilot, Continue.desk, Cling, and others, they can read files in your repo. So if you include an agent.md file, really it's more like a behavior guide, a rulebook, a safety constraint, a coding standard reference that without you repeating instructions every now and then, the agent is going to look through the files and help you use that as a template to know what to do, where to fix what in your project. So basically you use your agent.md files where you need a very clear and concise instruction for those coding agents to follow in your repository. So without that, if you are using AI to code, then you will need an agent.md file so that your files are not just scattered all around without a clear instructions to lead them in that project. So again, you want to ask, which IDE environment can I use agent.md file?
So IDE where agent.md work best. The first one we are looking at here is Visual Studio Code, VS Code. So basically, this is the most common and flexible setup. You can install VS Code in your computer and get started with it. Okay, so basically, it works greatly with OpenAI Codex CLI or Codex right in VS Code. You can also use Cursor extension, Continue.dev, Cling, GitHub Copilot. You can pair them. You can pair them or log into those accounts when you are using Visual Studio Code. So basically, VS Code helps the agent. So in VS Code, agent can actually auto-read project files, easy workspace level contents. Markdown is more like a first class, and the extension treat agent as system extension. So how does this agent.md works in VS Code? When you install an AI coding extension, it reads files in your workspace build project context, and again, it's going to look through your project root if the agent.md file exists, or it's going to create it if you give it that instruction. So basically, you install those extensions for, let's say, Cursor, Continue.dev, like I've said earlier, Cling, and Codex CLI. When you run, let's say you are using Codex, is going to go through it and install it in the root. Set it up, you place it in the root of your project, and you keep it strict, give it strict and clear instructions to work in your code. So the second one we look at is Cursor. Basically, go to cursor.com and download and install Cursor on your computer. And the next thing, how does Cursor use your agent.md file? It's going to read through them. It's going to build semantic understanding of your code, and basically it's going to create a persistent behavioral control. So without agents.md, you are going to repeat instructions every section. So AI, as is known, is going to drift over time because of no guidance, and the architecture slowly breaks. So with agent, same constraint every time, say code style, same architectural display, it acts like a project constitution. So Cursor can plan changes, modify multiple files, run refactors, explain architectural impact. So your agent is going to give a clear instruction to Cursor on how to go about this. And again, you have safer refactoring. So if you say refactor auth logic without rules, it may rewrite half of your backend. So with agent, you can give the agent the instruction like do not modify database migration, do not introduce new dependencies. It's going to do exactly as you give that instruction. So the third one we want to look at is the JetBrains IDE. Basically, it does not natively support AGENTS.md. It uses what they call external plugin to read those AGENTS.md files, and basically the plugin reads your workspace files. If configured, it can reference agent.md, and when you prompt the AI, it includes the file context. Most JetBrains plugins do not prioritize your agent.md, so you usually need to reference it manually in your prompt or configure the prompt plugin to include it as a context. So basically, if you say refactor auth logic, follow agent.md strictly. So the prompt is going to read your files.
So as you can see right in this project, just before we started working, it's always advisable if you want to use agentic models AI to code, or you want to do AI assistant development, it's always good you start with your agent file. So in this project, I created these agent rights at the first. I have an agent.md at the root of my project. Then I have another one for my APIs, another agent for the front end. I have an agent for the AI part, billing have an agent, database have an agent. So you're going to see that it's going to give clear instruction to my project. By the way, if you are curious, you want to know the prompt I use for this, I'm just going to show you briefly. Right here, I have a root, an agent.md, and I structure the instructions for this. Okay, then again, for the front end, I have another agent.md. I have another agent for the backend. Then I have another one for the API. So I'm going to drop this prompt in the description of this video. If you need it for your project, modify it to suit your use case, and is going to work rightly for you. So back, you may want to ask, why not just one agent.md in my whole project at the root? Okay, yes, you have one agent.md at the root folder which you can use, but if you give it more instruction, the appropriate is, let's say, about 100 line max. That's the best way to give the instructions to this agent.md file. So at the root, you create that agent for your code, and right inside your front end, it's always advisable have an agent for front end, because the front end code is different from the logic you use for your back end, as well as your database. Billing have its own logic, so you're going to try as much as possible to create agent.md for this section. So for this front end agent.md file, you could see that is going to cover this file, the web folder, and it's going to specify the framework Next.js, use server component, use root handle for lightweight website endpoint, then UI system, use Material UI plus the version 5. Okay, it's going to give us clear instructions on what you're going to do to that. So we have one for the backend. All right, so it's going to tell it, okay, we are using fast API, and this is the scope, the architecture, the required library, the API rules, the auth and authorization, Stripe rules, background processing. So just like that. And we have another one for our database, which is going to specify uses Superbase, Postgres, then core principles, the naming convention, migration strategy. So all of these things are going to be embedded in this agent.md file. So you create that info before you get started, so that once you start creating files in it, it's going to look smooth and clean. Okay, So you want to know how you get started in, prompting, creating the best. Look through the agent.md example. You can get started from there. Agent.md setup command, okay, code style, okay. These are just the basics. And if you want to know more about, okay, how this agent works, you look through the examples, and again, you are going to have some documentations for this. This is the GitHub section. You could grab some good agent structure here, how to structure your agent. Again, if you go to your various models like your Claude Codex and GitHub Copilot, they have their own documentation where you check out how you can integrate agent.md in their various models. Again, if you need more guidance, I have some agent files which I've created before now. I'll link them also in the description to guide you. Like here, this agent.md is going to give a project overview of this project, and it says this is a Django 6.0 web application with 3 app. So right from the onset, it's going to tell the model, okay, what tool is going to use, the version, and it's going to tell it, okay, the apps is going to give it the instruction straight up. And again, we have the environment right here. Python with the version package manager is going to give it all of this framework, database, SQLite. So again, it's going to go further to give it other instruction like always use uv run, the bash command as well. Going to give it an example of the correct format to use that. It's a Django project, take note, and the incorrect format. So if you go give it more details about this detailed prompt, is going to there's lower probability of having errors in your code because it's going to follow those instructions, install the necessary version you've given. And if you also do it a favor of giving the project structure, then it's going to follow that guide to create those projects. And at the end of the day, you're going to see that you have very smooth coding section using your agent. Right here, you may want to ask, okay, I already have a code base already I'm working on. I don't have an agent.md at all at the root or wherever in the code base. How do I add agent.md in a file in a project that's already running? It's very simple. I'm going to go ahead to give you the prompt you can use to create an agent.md in your project that you already have right here. I have that. Again, I'll drop that for you so that you can have that prompt. So this prompt is going to say do a full-blown analysis of my project. Okay, it's going to be different for this case. Okay, that project code base and analyze project structure, styles, configuration files, package or JSC files, readme, and other relevant files that give instructions or setup about my project. Using the information obtained, write a comprehensive agent.md guide for my project, and also give guide on how to make existing file and future files to be added to ahead to this guide. So it's a very comprehensive one. So what you just need to do, we are going to copy this prompt and we are going to feed that back right into this project. Go back. We're using Codex here. You can use it, works on any model. So what you're going to do, just feed that prompt into your project. Okay, just look through to ensure that okay, it resonates with what you want it to do. Then just click here, send it so that it can run with what we have. Awesome. So it's going to structure, look through. It will take some time. I'll just wait for it to complete that. So here you see it says we analyze. It's going to create more like a to-do for itself. Analyze your project, tailor, create your readme file, and boom, you're going to use that in your, you have that setup complete in your project. Okay, right away, our prompt has finished running, so you could go back to your project, check if that agent was created right here. So you see that agent.md, let's see the content. Awesome. So purpose this, so it's going to create that agent, give it a purpose, repo snapshot, source of truth file, project structure, standard, and front-end code is standard, back-end code is standard. Awesome. So it's going to tell that agent that more like a guide, a manual to follow in this project. And remember, you may need more than one agent.md in your project. The larger the code base, the ideally you will need more agents.md files in your folder. So this is just more like an example for you to follow on how to do this. So this is the prompt. You could go through it and look through and modify it to suit what your project. So again, we could go to look through some overview agent for UI. This is a document. This document provides an AI agent, CSS framework, file organization, HTML5, CSS. So that's just basic for that. Okay, so why not just one agent? I told you each structure is good. It has its own agent.md files. So this is the project. So we have an agent for front end right here. Okay, structure. Then this one is again an agent structure for the backend using fast API. It's going to structure it, and another one for your database as well as AI/ML. So these are just going to guide you on how to structure this agent.md. So again, guys, you may find this very useful from builder.io. Okay, you may find this useful, get some instruction, you get some styles on how to structure your agent from here. This is just a recommendation. Just look through it. It can as well help you on best tips and practices on how you go about structuring your agent.md files. So guys, if you before we call it a wrap for this video, if you really want to try out how to get started building your project using Codex or GitHub CLI, I will leave that video, the next video showing on your screen right now. Click on it. It's going to give you a full guide for your agentic coding. Click on it and watch that video. If you have any question, drop them in the comment section. I'll see you right in the next video.